In this video, I'll summarize the plot of Six of Crows in about 4 minutes and give you an analysis of the story. Okay, let's get started with the introduction. The story begins in the bustling city of Ketterdam, where Kaz Brekker, a criminal mastermind and leader of the Dregs gang, is offered a lucrative but dangerous job. Break into the impenetrable ice courts in Fjerda and rescue a scientist named Bardugo, who has created a powerful and highly addictive drug called Parim. This substance enhances a Grisha's magical abilities, but also enslaves them to addiction. Kaz assembles a team of 6 skilled misfits: Inej Gaffa, a stealthy spy known as the Wraith; Jesper Farhe, a sharpshooter with a gambling addiction; Nina Zenik, a Grisha heartrender; Matthias Helvar, a former Fjerdan soldier and prisoner; and Wylan van Eck, a demolitions expert and runaway from a wealthy merchant family. With their plans set, the crew set sail on the Ferrolind, facing their first major challenges. As they travel, tensions rise among the group due to their conflicting loyalties and personal histories. Nina and Matthias share a complicated past. She once betrayed him, leading to his imprisonment, but she now seeks his help in navigating Fjerda. Meanwhile, Jesper's gambling debts threaten to catch up with him, and Wylan hides a secret about his identity. Despite these tensions, Kaz keeps the group focused on their dangerous objective. Upon reaching Fjerda, the crew enacts their daring heist, infiltrating the heavily fortified ice court. They split up to accomplish their tasks. Inej climbs the walls to create an entry point, Kaz and Matthias handle the security measures, and Jesper and Wylan prepare their escape route. However, the mission quickly becomes more complicated than expected. Matthias struggles with his loyalty to his homeland, and Nina must risk using Parim to combat powerful Grisha controlled by the Fjerdan military. Despite the chaos, they manage to locate and extract Bardugo's son, Bardugo, who holds the key to replicating Parim. With the ice court in pursuit, the crew fights their way out, barely escaping through a daring and explosive escape route. However, their challenges are far from over. As they make their way back to Ketterdam, trust within the group is tested. Matthias must confront his prejudices against Grisha. Nina battles the after effects of using Parim, and Kaz grapples with his own vulnerabilities. When they finally return to Ketterdam, they are met with betrayal. Jan van Eck, Wylan's father and their employer, refuses to pay them and instead kidnaps Inej, using her as leverage against Kaz. The novel ends on a cliffhanger, setting up the sequel, Crooked Kingdom. With Inej in enemy hands and no payment for their efforts, Kaz vows revenge against Van Eck. He begins crafting a new plan to rescue Inej, outmaneuver his enemies, and reclaim what is owed. Meanwhile, the group must deal with personal reckonings. Matthias and Nina grow closer despite their differences. Wylan confronts his father's betrayal, and Jesper is forced to acknowledge his past mistakes. The stage is set for an even more dangerous game in Ketterdam's criminal underworld. A major theme in Six of Crows is the complexity of loyalty and betrayal. The crew consists of outcasts with their own agendas, yet they must learn to trust each other to survive. Kaz's cold and calculated nature often clashes with the more emotional bonds forming within the group. Meanwhile, Matthias must reconcile his deep-seated hatred for Grisha with his growing love for Nina. Wylan faces betrayal from his own father, proving that betrayal can come from even the most unexpected places. These conflicting loyalties drive much of the novel's tension and character development. The novel explores how power can be wielded and abused. The invention of Parim presents a dangerous imbalance, making Grisha nearly unstoppable, but also vulnerable to manipulation. Those in power, like Jan van Eck, seek to control this drug for their own gain, showing how greed and corruption fuel conflict. Kaz, despite being a criminal, operates by his own sense of justice, seeking to outmaneuver those who exploit others. The novel ultimately questions whether power can be wielded without corruption, and how individuals navigate a world where might often makes right.